Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Meeples YouTube channel. I'm Kapil and today I'm playing a game of Spirit Island on the Tabletop Simulator mod. Today I want to try out Hearth-Vigil, one of the new spirits from Nature Incarnate. So let's go ahead and set up the game. Let's pick orange color for this spirit. I like that. Let's choose spirit. And I don't want to rush into like a high level adversary. I'm just going to keep it low level. Let's say just level 3 Prussia. Just to get a feel for the spirit. And we'll start the game. Okay, we got board number E. And let's... maybe the spirit doesn't have a spirit marker yet. Okay, that's okay. Let's see the setup for the spirit. So setup, put 3 presents on your starting board. 1 in the highest numbered land with the Haan. And 2 in the lowest numbered land with at least 2 the Haan. So 1 in the highest numbered land with the Haan. So that would be land number 8. Okay, and 2 in the lowest numbered land with at least 2 the Haan. That would be land number 3. It's a sacred site for us. And then add 1 the Haan in each of those lands. Okay, so an extra the Haan in land number 3 and an extra the Haan in land number 8. It's funny, we're starting at like the opposite ends of the island. Okay, you start with 4 unique power cards and 1 energy. So I think that is already done for us. So we have already gotten that energy. And let's see the playstyle. So playstyle is very good at protecting the Haan and its lands, not so great at stopping blight. In keeping with its nature, largely brings the Haan to its presence or vice versa. Getting the Haan elsewhere may require a bit of forethought with keep watch for new incursions. And then very reactive with reliable ways to deal with invaders as they ravage and build, but has trouble handling established cities that aren't ravaging. Okay, and it's a moderate complexity spirit. Summary of power says good offense, control, fear, and then really high defense and utility. Okay. So what is the power that they mentioned? Keep watch for new incursions. So that is our right innate. So basically it's a fast the Haan gather from your lands only. Okay. And what does the spirit do? So the special rules rooted in the community. So blight added in your lands does not destroy your presence if the Haan are present. Okay. Ravage actions destroy the Haan before added blight destroys presence and cascades. Okay. Fortify Heart and Hearth. The Haan have +4 health each while in your land. So each the Haan is health 6 in our lands. Event and blight card actions don't damage, destroy, or replace the Haan in your lands. I think that in your lands is really important here. It's not like anywhere on the board. We have to have presence in those lands with the Haan. Okay. And then Loyal Guardian, when all the Haan leave one of your lands, your presence may move with those the Haan. So here also it's important to note it says when all the Haan leave, not just when any the Haan leaves one of your lands. It has to be all for us to move our presence. Okay, growth options. So we have three growth options, G1, G2 and G3. We add presence on all 3 of those growth options. So it's a 1-1-1 spirit. And then if we look at our presence track, on the left we have that bonus, gather one the Haan into one of your lands. I'm assuming that's every turn. We can do it as a bonus. If we want to. And then just the regular top track and bottom track. Okay, and our innate power, and the left innate power warn of impending conflict is I think the main innate that we need to focus on mid game. So it's basically saying in one of our lands One Dahan deals damage before invaders during ravages. At the second tier, another Dahan deals damage before invaders during ravages. At the third tier, all Dahan deal damage before invaders during ravages. And at the final fourth tier, it says instead all Dahan in all of your lands deal damage before invaders during ravages. So it requires 5 sun and 3 mountain. So the only way I think we would trigger that is if we completely clear our bottom track, play these 3 cards, and hopefully we have drafted some sun, and we unlock this sun from the top track. So that would give us the 5 sun and 3 mountain. Again, we'll have to draft a mountain to play that. But yeah, that's the way we would trigger it. Okay, so let's just jump right into the game. We are going up against Prussia, level 3. Prussia level 3. Yep. So let's do the starting explore. Starting explore is in Sands. Problem is this land isn't that close to us. We can add presence there with our G3 though. Even G2 can add presence. So it's saying add a presence to a land with Dahan. Can be up to 3 away. So that means I could grow into G3. And G6 I can just grow into next turn. I didn't go over our power cards yet, so I'll briefly just skim through them. Call to Vigilance. So it's fear, and then it's basically an explorer or town push for each Dahan. Coordinated raid is 1 damage, and if Dahan are present, 1 more damage. Okay. Range is 1 away from a land. Range is 1 away from a presence in a land with Dahan, I'm assuming. So basically it's 2 damage in the slow. Favors of story and season. So target spirit may gather up to 3 Dahan in one of their lands, and if they have at least 3 Dahan among their lands, they gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 power card. Okay. Is that useful here? Kind of, if I gather this Dahan into that, or if I gather these 3 Dahan in here. Okay. Let's see. And then surrounded by Dahan. So 2 fear if invaders are present, 1 fear if Dahan outnumber towns or cities, isolate target land. So this is kind of like just a fear generation effect for us. Okay, so turn 1. I think turn 1 I want to either G2 or G3. I think let's go G2. Add a presence to a land with Dahan. So I'm going to add a presence from the top track. And so I'm just going to write down the opening that we do just for reference. So turn 1, we are going G2. Then we have turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. Okay, so it has to be, so since we did G2, so add a presence to a land with Dahan. I'm not going to even wait to look at the power card we gain because it has to be in a land with Dahan, and I want to add my presence to lands that are going to Ravage. So that's why I just went ahead and added it there. But yeah, let's gain a miner. Let's see what we get. The elements we are looking for are sun and mountain really. Enticing Splendor is really good. It's free Dahan movement for us in the fast. Drift down into Slumber. Defend is also good, even though we have that naturally built-in counter, like that defend can still come in handy. Quicken the Earth Struggles. Interesting. It has the mountain, it doesn't have the sun, but it is a defend 10. But we are not going to be making that many sacred sites. So actually I'm going to skip on this card. Drift Down I am liking because sands are going to be ravaging, so it's potential use for it right away. Enticing Splendor is also good. It's more the Han movement, so why not? But I think just with our bonus growth option and with our right innate, I think we have enough options for moving the Han around. So in this case, I am going to go with the defend. We'll play it next turn when we have the 2 card plays. So we just want to play something that will clear out this land. So I'm going to do... so we added presence. I mean, we did our growth. We added presence. Let's do our bonus growth. So gather 1 Dahan into one of our lands. Can I draw on top? Sure. So that is this growth option right here. So I'm going to gather this Dahan into one of my lands. And then the card I'm going to play this turn is Coordinated Raid. Favors of Story and Stone. I think we can just play this next turn along with the defense, and that should be enough. So, okay. Let's gain energy, pay for it, play this card. Fast power phase. We have 1 fast power, but nothing is going to ravage, so it doesn't matter. We do get that right innate, so keep watch for new incursions. So that is saying gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. So I can I do that? Its range is 1 away from a land where I have sacred sites and Dahan. So I do not have any sacred sites. Actually, I do have a sacred site here. Never mind. But I don't want to gather out these Dahan just yet, so I'm going to hold on to it. Wonder if I should spread them out a little. Just gonna keep them in our land, that's okay. So invader phase, event, nothing happens. Ravage build. Oh, I didn't skip this, by the way, sorry. But yeah, they build in the sands. And then we see the next explore, so that is mountains. Okay, I like that explore. The next card is a stage 3, so that's going to be interesting. So we are in the slow phase, so let's do coordinated raid. So range 1 away from a land where there's both the Han and our presence, 1 damage, and if the Han are presence, 1 more damage. So I'm going to choose to do that in this land number 1. So 1 damage, and then if the Han are present, 1 more damage. So that clears out that town. That is all. Time passes. This turn, I kind of want to start growing into these mountains. So I'm going to add a presence. The cards I want to play are Drift Down, because I want to defend this land number 6, and favor. So favor will allow us to gather 3 Dahan into one of our lands, and then if they have at least 3 Dahan among their lands, they gain 3 energy. They have at least 3 Dahan among their lands, they gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 power card. They gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 power card. So this means that I need to have a presence in that land. Let's do a land with the Han. I need to do a G3 this turn. I cannot do G2 because I have an add presence in land number 6. So turn 2, we are going with G3. Okay, let's actually... Why are we playing the defend? We do not need to play the defend. We could play call to vigilance here too, or this. I'll just go with that. That's fine. We'll completely clear that land out. Okay. So G3, so add a presence. I am going to add a presence. So let's gain 3 energy. Add a presence from bottom track. Just gonna add it in land number 6. Next turn, I wanna add presence in land number 2. And we did our growth, so gather up to 1 Dahan into one of your lands. It says into one of your lands, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to let it be. And then let's do the fast power. So let's gain energy, pay for it. So we do defend 4 in the sands. Defend 4 in this land right here. And okay, and then we have this card, Favors of Story and Stone. So target spirit may gather up to 3 Dahan into one of their lands. So I'm going to gather all these 3 Dahan in this land. And then if they have at least 3 Dahan among their lands, they gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. So we gain 1 energy and we can reclaim this card again. So it's kind of like a gift of constancy for us. Or in a multiplayer game, we would target another spirit with it. Really strong effect. Okay, so fast power. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do... So the left innate doesn't matter because I have defend, but I could still just destroy the town before, so that's fine. And then the right one, I'm actually going to use the right innate. So gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. It has to be one away from a land where I have Sacred Site and Dahan. So I'm going to gather these 2 Dahan into that land. And I'm going to grow into this land next turn. Okay. So Blighted Island, it's not blighted, event. Okay, life's balance tilts. Let's see. What is the top part doing? So remove 1 beast, add a disease. For each board, discard the top minor power. If it is fast, add a blight. Invaders and Dahan have -1 health. Minimum of 1 this turn. I wonder if that invaders and Dahan have -1 health. Well, in all of our lands, Dahan have like +4 health. So basically this turn it's making the Dahan have 5 health in our lands. I'm actually just gonna do the top part for this. The bottom part doesn't do anything for us because we don't have 4 or fewer Dahan. Okay, so the top part is saying remove a beast, add a disease. Remove a beast, add a disease. I'm going to add it here. For each board, discard the top minor power. It is fast. If it is fast, add a blight. So let's add a blight. Where do we want to add a blight? Let's add a blight to this mountain. Why not? And that is the event. There's no fear cards. Ravage in the sands. So this dies. This land, it's defend 4. I mean, I could use that left innate, doesn't matter. 1 Dahan deals damage, 4 invaders. It's defended, we're just going to clear it out. And then build in the mountains. It's funny, nothing builds. The explorers, jungles and wetlands. It's actually hoping for a mountain hit, but that's okay. And then that slides over. So there is no slow. We don't have anything to do in the slow. So yeah, basically time passes. And remember, we had that reclaim option with favors of story and season. So they gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 power card. So I'm just going to reclaim this card again. Question is, if I play all these 3 cards, does it trigger level 2 of my innate? And it does. So that would mean 2 Dahan would be able to strike back and destroy this, completely clear this land for us. And I want to gather these Dahan out of here, maybe put them in 7. So if I go with this option, I actually cannot go with this option because I do not have enough card plays. So I have to play this. And then I basically do not play that. Surrounded by the Dahan. Still triggers it. Okay. So let's do G2. Gain a power card. I think, yeah, this is giving us another energy. So let's turn 3, let's G2. Okay, I have to add a presence to a land with Dahan. So that is the, yeah, that is fine actually, because we were going to add presence. We wanted to add presence in a land with Dahan, so it's important to remember for the left Warn of Impending Conflict, it has to be in one of our lands. So we need to have presence in a land with Dahan. So in this case, I'm going to go bottom and add a presence to a land with Dahan with G2. And we are going to gain a power card. So let's gain a minor. I already know what cards I'm going to play, so I don't think it matters. For this turn, Call to Trade, Teeming Rivers, Pact of the Joint Hunt, and then Gift of Living Energy. I think all of these are decent cards. I kind of was looking for a sun and mountain hit, but I think just a sun is good too. Call to Trade, it's an okay effect. I don't think I want to play it next turn. Next turn I might want to reclaim though. What if I don't reclaim next turn and play Surrounded by the Dahan? But then I would only have 1 sun. I would need to play a sun and mountain card really. I can reclaim favor, so that's sun and mountain. So I would need another sun basically. So Teeming Rivers or any of these last 3 cards are a good option. Pact of the Joint Hunt says target spirit gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands, 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. Really strong effect. I think I'm just going to go with it. And that was G2, so we did our growth. Let's gain energy, pay for these cards, fast power phase, nothing. Actually, yeah. So target spirit may gather up to 3 presence into one of their lands. I'm sorry, target spirit may gather up to 3 Dahan into one of their lands. So I'm actually going to go ahead and gather all 3 Dahan here. Just because sands isn't coming up, there's no use keeping them in the sands. And then if they have 3 Dahan among their lands, gain an energy and you may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. So we gain that 1 energy and we will reclaim this card. Okay, that is slow. This one, the second level of the innate in that land. So basically in a land with presence, 2 Dahan are going to deal damage before invaders during Ravage. So as a reminder for that, I'm going to put this over here in the mountains. And then the right one is saying gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. So problem is I only have 1 sacred site, otherwise I really wanted to move the presence around a little. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot do that right now. Jungles and wetlands are going to build. Do I want to do that? Gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. But it has to be range 1 away from a land, from sacred site and Dahan in 1 land. So it has to be range away from this. The only reason I could say is gather into land number 4. But then if we are not growing into land number 4, it's kind of useless. This would allow me to push it in the slow though. So maybe we do that. So we gather this Dahan into this land with our right innate. And then we'll push that down out in the slow so it doesn't cascade. Then we can let land number 7 blight. I think that's a good plan. Let's go with it. Then gather 1 Dahan into one of your lands from the bonus growth. Do I want to do it? No. We'll just let it be. Okay. Okay. So we did our fast powers. So let's see what the event is. Dahan plus 10 health this turn. Sure, each Dahan with like 16 health in our lands. In lands with Dahan, invaders have plus 1 health too. Okay. With patient focus, craft a great warding. Defend from spirits is 4 lower per turn this turn. And during 1 future spirit phase, players may jointly decide to grant defend 4 to all lands that turn. Grant defend 4 to all lands that turn. Defend from spirits is 4 energy per player aided by earth. So I think, do we have enough earth? We have 1 here. We could pay for this card. 1, 2 plus 3 is 5. Do I pay for it? I think the benefit is like huge. Basically, I just needed the Han in all these lands, and it's gonna build a city here, but it's gonna provide a defend here. It's gonna provide a defend here. It's gonna provide a defend here. Basically, saves a ton of blight. Do we do it? I think let's do it. Defend from spirits is 4 lower per land this turn. We do need to pay for it, so 4 energy per player aided by earth. We want to forget a card? I don't think we want to forget anything. We could actually just do defend from slumber here though. We could put our presence in here, gather the Han there. That should wipe it out. Or do a lot of damage to it at least. And then This might get cleared up. Defend 4 should be good enough for this land, I think. Oh. It's going to build a city here though. So build a city here, build a city here. So that defend 4 isn't useful. So let's skip that, the middle part of it. Basically, in lands with Dahan, invaders have +1 health this turn. Okay, so for each beast and city, 1 fear. For each land with beast and city. So we don't have beasts in land with cities. The bottom part says on each board with 4 or more towns or cities and 4 or fewer Dahan, so nothing happens for that. So ravage in the mountains, so nothing happens here. With our left innate, 2 Dahan are fighting back before during the ravage. But with this event card, so in lands with Dahan, invaders have +1 health. So this city has 4 health. So the Dahan do 4 damage and destroy it. Okay, and then build in mountains and wetlands. So we build a city, city, town, town. Okay. Let's see the next explore. Wetlands with an escalation. Where do we want to escalate? Jungles or wetlands? It has to be in a land without towns or cities. I think we'll just do it in the coastal mountains here, because we have presence over there already. 1 would also have been fine, I think. Okay, and let's advance. Slow power phase. Okay, so 2 fear if invaders are present. For each Dahan in origin land, push up to 1 explorer or town. It's going to push the town from here, but now I don't think it's worth it. I really want to put a presence in this jungle so that I can pull some Dahan in, and basically I'll eat a blight, but so with our left special rule, so blight added in your lands does not destroy presence if Dahan are present. Okay, and then Dahan have +4 health, so each Dahan would have 6 health. So when this does damage, so this would be 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would do damage to the Dahan. That's the downside though. Don't want any Dahan to die. So maybe instead of doing it here, question is what are we doing here? We can just let that land blight. Is that the way to go? We fight back before the Dahan in this land. No, we defend 4. Take a blight there. This land we do the damage before them, and then this land is still cascading though. Let's see. For each Dahan and origin land, push up to 1 explorer or town. For each Dahan in origin land. So target land or origin land. So it's range 1 away from a land where I have presence and Dahan. And then it's saying for each Dahan in origin land, push up to 1 explorer or town. Might have to reclaim Drift Town. Okay, 2 fear if invaders are present. And then for each Dahan in origin land, push up to 1 explorer or town. So this is the origin land, and then this is the target land, and I can push 1 explorer or town for each Dahan in this land. There's no Dahan in that land. It's range 1 away from a land where I have presence and Dahan. Presence and Dahan. So it won't trigger in that land. How to do this? Can't do anything in 4. Maybe I need to grow into 4 then. That's going to be a problem. Reach Dahan in origin land. Push up to 1 explorer or town. Then maybe I just push. So I'm choosing this as the origin land, so it has 2 Dahan, so I can push up to 2 explorers or towns. Push them over here. Actually, sure, we'll just push them over here. Nah. Wetlands are going to build, right? Are going to. Man, I really wish I would have focused on this a little better. So next turn I can put a presence here. I can defend this for 4. Can reclaim. What else do I have? Surrounded by the Han. Pact of the Joint Hunt. And if I reclaim that, just take a bunch of blight. I think that is fine. What do I push? Little conflicted here. Three Dahan, so this is doing +2, 4, 5, 6 damage. 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it like that. It's kind of lackluster, but it's fine, I guess. I mean, what else can we do? We're not planning to defend. Actually, yeah, if we are not planning to defend, then we'll take the blight here, and then I can just push this guy out to this land. I think that is the answer, so that we can pull these Dahan in and it won't destroy a Dahan. Sure, let's do that. Already took the fear for it. Time passes. I'm gonna reclaim favors of story and season. Play these 3 cards this turn. Okay. Okay, so the right innate, we do hit the second tier, which says once this turn after invaders are added or moved into target land, 1 damage per Dahan and target land. Where is the other event card that we had gained? Coordinated raid. Call to vigilance. Yeah, Pact of the Joint Hunt can be really good for us. Okay. So what is the growth option this turn that we want to do? I think we'll just go ahead and do G2 again. So we can add a presence to a land with the Han. So I'm gonna go bottom track. I'm gonna add a presence to this land right here. And then we are gonna get a minor power. So the Han push, defend 2 in every land where target spirit has presence. Sun and Earth really on element for us. I think that's the card I'm going for. Just stick to our elements. Actually, could we just play that card? Gives us defend 2 here, defend 2 here. It isn't enough, I know, but it's something. Over Pact of the Joint Hand, which is saying target spirit gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands and then 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. No, I think we just stick with this. Maybe surrounded by the Dahan. We don't need to play that. Defend to in every land where target spirit has presence. Defend 2 here, defend 2 here, defend 2 here. Interesting. So that would mean all Dahan would deal damage. 4 invaders. Actually, I like that. Let's go for it. Gain energy. Pay for it. Fast power phase. So you have to choose a land. So in one of your lands, 1 Dahan deals damage. Another, all Dahan deal damage before invaders during ravage. And then the right part is saying it should be gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. It has to be range 1 away from Sacred Site and Dahan. So I am going to gather these 2 Dahan here, I guess. It has to be from our lands only. Okay. Defend 2 in every land where target spirit has presence. So defend 2 here, defend 2 here, defend 2 here. Okay. This is saying target spirit may gather up to 3 Dahan into one of their lands. Okay. Question is, where do I gather that 3 Dahan into one of my lands from? So I could centralize these Dahan a little. I grew into this land such that, because wetlands is coming up again, but I really should get this Dahan in here so that it fully clears out that land. But then I'm taking a blight over there, right? Taking a blight in this land. So let's leave the Dahan there. Let's gather these 2 Dahan over here. Then if they have 3 Dahan among their lands, they gain an energy. And we can reclaim a power card. Okay. It's slow. We did the right part. The left part we will keep track of. So we have to choose a land where all the Han deal damage before invaders during ravages. So if we do it here, it'll be 4 damage. If we do it here, it'll be... I'm going to clear this land out anyways. I'll destroy the town in this land. Just going to do it in this land number 3 right here, so that we don't take an unneeded blight. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. So no blighted island. Let's do the event. So it's still terror level 1. So each port with 9 or more towns or cities. So it's either 9 or more or 3 or less. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7, so nothing happens. Terrifying beast, 2 fear per board with 2 or more beasts. So we have 0 beast, nothing happens. Bottom part says when invaders ravage, if that land has both the Han and presence, defend 5. That's great. Says defend 7. Defend 7. Defend 7. Has both the Han and presence, defend 5. Great. Fear card, terror level 1. Invaders do not build in lands with cities. That is good. We don't have any lands with cities anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, ravage in jungles and wetlands. So in this land, it's defended, so it doesn't matter, but the Han were going to fight before the invaders, so they do 4 damage, so that destroys a city. In this land, this Dahan does 2 damage, destroys a town. This land, the 3 Dahan do 6 damage, destroys everything. Here we take a blight. Build in the wetlands, so they build a town over here. Don't build in this land. And the next explore is sands with escalation. So they are going to ravage in the wetland, so I'm going to choose to escalate into this wetland. Then we are going to advance. Okay, Pact of the Joint Hunt. So target spirit gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands, and then 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. Gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands, and then 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. So I'm going to gather this Dahan into one of our lands, and then 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. So there's 2 Dahan present, so we do 2 damage in this land. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do it like target spirit gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands, and then 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. So I'm going to gather this Dahan here. It's going to destroy this explorer. Let's do it like that. Yes. Okay, so everything is done. Time passes. I can reclaim this guy again, or I can also reclaim encompassing ward. Thing is, if I do that and play these 2 cards, hitting the left here, I have defend 2 in all of my lands, and that would mean that I can place a presence into one of these other lands. So I'm actually more tempted to do that. I'm just going to reclaim encompassing ward. I have this, and I can gain a power card this turn. We can start getting some Dahan into this jungle somehow. Something like that. Defend 2 in all lands where target spirit has presence. So that would mean this would die, this would die, this will build a town, and then so we are going for so it's funny, like you can see we haven't gone for a single reclaim so far. We haven't done a single G1, so you can just see the power of this card right here in solo. Favors of story and season. Okay, so let's gain an energy. You have 3 card plays this turn. I mean, sure, let's go for that 4 spots. I'm gonna still put a presence from bottom track. We can put this presence. We could actually fish for a major here. I think we can still uncover that animal. I think 3. Let's actually go like this. Let's go into that jungle right here. Wait, can I do that? It has to be add a presence to a land with the Han. Just gonna make this a sacred site. And the reasoning behind that is I'm gonna go for a major. So let's gain energy. Let's draft a major. Don't know what I'm gonna forget. So the elements that we are looking for are like sun and mountain. Sun and earth. Paralyzing fright is really good. Rushes the game. I think that's too much energy. I don't think we have enough energy for that. Paralyzing fright. We do have the elements if we wanna threshold it. It's 8 fear. That's like a fear bomb. Rumbling earthquakes. It's great power, but I don't think we have. We could threshold it next turn though. Could be 4 earth. 1, 2, 3. Don't have an earth on our tracks. We would need 4 card plays to threshold it. 6 damage to towns or cities only. 6 damage among adjacent lands. We can play it next turn maybe. We can just play Paralyzing Fright. And if we actually play it, do we threshold it? What are we missing? Missing an earth? Yeah. Maybe that other card is the better choice then. Rumbling Earthquakes. So it's saying 3 fear, 6 damage to towns or cities only, 6 damage among adjacent lands to towns or cities. Okay. Need a lot of energy to play that. But it could clear it out. So let's actually do that. Let's give up Paralyzing Fright. Let's take that. What is this fear card from? I'm trying to see. Did I already do that? I don't remember. Just leave it there. We do have an answer, but it's gonna take a lot of energy to play, so we'll just hold on to it as like a wild card. The card we want to forget for it is just forget Drift Town, I think. Kind of like everything else. And then we will pay for this and play that. So it's defend 2 in every land where target spirit has presence. So defend 2 here. Defend 2 here. And then in one of our lands, one Dahan deals damage before invaders during Ravage. So we can do that in this land. This is also fast. Okay, so 2 fear if invaders are present. Target land needs to have Dahan, and 1 fear if Dahan outnumber towns or cities. So I'm going to choose this land and isolate target land. So 1 more fear, and then we isolate this land. Okay, and then do we want to do the right part? So gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. Plus we have that extra gather on our tracks too that I keep forgetting. Keep on forgetting. So I'm actually going to gather this Dahan into this land from our tracks. And from our right innate, gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. So with that, I will gather these 2 Dahan here. Okay. Yeah, that is fine. It's fast power phase, invader phase, Pirate Island event. So hardworking settlers on each board push up to 2 Dahan. Add 1 town to a land without towns. Immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders. That matches a ravage card. Create unwavering interest. So we can pick the top or bottom. The bottom says ravage cards skip up to 1 matching land on each board. 1 fear per player. Remove the bottommost stage 2 and stage 3 cards. I don't think I want to do that. Let's do the top. Push up to 2 Dahan. Push up to 2 Dahan. Do we want to push any Dahan right now? I don't think we do. We'll skip it. It's up to 2, so we can push 0. Add 1 town to a land without towns. Sure. Let's add a town here. Add a town to a land without towns. Where is that event? Okay. And then immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders. That matches a ravage card. So it would be this land number 4. So we immediately ravage there. And with our left innate in one of your lands, 1 Dahan deals damage before invaders. So this 1 Dahan deals 2 damage, destroying that town. Then the invaders do their regular. So this Dahan already did damage. Then the invaders do damage, but it's defended. And then the other Dahan does 2 damage and destroys that. Okay. Let's see what else. So the bottom part says this turn beast also count as Badlands. Destroy a damaged invader in a land with beast. There are no beasts on the board. Nothing happens. Fear card, terror level 2. Invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber towns or cities. We will remember that. Invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber towns or cities. So it won't build in land number 1. Okay, second fear card, terror level 2. Each town destroys 1 explorer. Each city destroys 2 explorers. This town destroys 1. 1. 1. Okay. Ravage in the wetlands. So this is defended, so this guy dies. Nothing happens here. Build in the sands. This won't build because of this. And then this won't build. See what the next explore is. Explore is coastal. Okay. You're not that many fear away. 4 3s are 12 plus 1. 13 fear basically to get that terror level 3 win. Okay. Slow power phase, so nothing happens in the slow. Time passes. Now we are in fact going to G1 reclaim. So on turn 6 is when we finally do our reclaim with turn G1. So reclaim all. Add a presence. I'm gonna continue to go bottom track. I think so. Yeah. Let's gain energy. Let's put this presence. It has to be in a land where we already have presence. Let's just put it. Just put it here. We already gained the energy. They're going to ravage in the sands. This land is a problem, so how do we deal with it? Let's go back to our reclaim loop with this card, Favors of Story and Season. And then we could just keep playing that to fear bomb them. One damage in that land per Dahan present. Seems really strong. We only have 3 card plays. I'm wondering what gives me, how would I be able to threshold Rumbling Earthquakes if I wanted. So it's 4 mountain. So it's 1, 2, 3. Plus if I reclaim this and do G3, I think we would be able to threshold it. So I would have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energy. 6, 7, 8. Like 1 energy short. One energy short to threshold it. Maybe we don't even need it. Maybe we just play it this turn. Is that an option? Is that an option? I don't think that's an option. What if I did that? Is it worth playing it in this turn? 3 fear, 6 damage to towns or cities only. 6 damage among adjacent lands, 2 towns or cities only. So 3 fear, 6 damage to towns or cities only, and then 6 damage among adjacent lands, 2 towns or cities only. So I could do that here and here. It's a lot of fear. Let's just go like that. Seems silly, but let's do it. It's the only 2 cards I can play. It's funny because I don't hit any tier of my innate with that. It's doing a bunch of damage. Let's go for it. Let's pay. Fast power phase. So I can gather up to 2 Dahan from your lands only. It's I'm gonna gather these 2 Dahan here. Bring them closer to the coast. And then I could gather 1 Dahan into one of our lands. Do I want to do that? I think it's fine. Don't do that. So, Blighted Island, nothing. Event. Top part says return the top card of the... You may return the top card of the invader deck to the box. On each board, add a town to a land without one, or return the top fear card to the box. During the next normal ravage, each town or city does +1 damage. I think that's what I'm going to choose. And call to vigilance, 2 fear if invaders are present. I'm just gonna go ahead and forget call to vigilance and do the bottom parts. 4 energy per player aided by air. So return the top fear card to the box. Sure. During the next normal ravage, each town or city does +1 damage. Beasts of the jungle. On each board, add 1 beast to a jungle without... on each board, add 1 beast to a jungle without blight. And then 1 fear if invaders are present. Add a beast to a jungle without blight. 1 fear if invaders are present. So that's 1 fear. And then the bottom says on each board add 1 wild to a land with Dahan. Sorry, 1 wild to land with Dahan. Sure, we'll just go there. Okay, let's check the fear card. Terror level 2. On each board, remove 1 town. Don't think that helps us that much. Maybe it does. We can destroy 2 cities here. This city is a problem. Destroy 2 cities there with rumbling earthquakes. Do damage there and there. And then defend there. And then remove this. Yeah, where do we want to do rumbling? 3 fear, 6 damage. 2 towns or cities only. And then 6 damage among adjacent lands. 2 towns or cities only. It's going to build a city here. It's going to build a city here. Could defend this though. Okay, on each board remove a town. So in that case, I'm just going to remove this town. Remove a town. Okay, we did that. Okay, ravage in the sands. Nothing happens here. The Han unfortunately do not fight back before, so but they add a blight, but nothing happens to our presence because we are in lands with the Han. The Han fight back and destroy them, but we flip the blight card. So each spirit with at least 5 presence on the island destroys 1 presence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just going to destroy this presence right here in the wetlands. It's destroyed. Not a bad blight island card. Okay, so we ravaged in the sands. We build in the coastal lands. So we add a town here and we add a city here. And what else is going on? Explore in mountains with escalation. So we need to add a town to a land without one. I think I'm just going to add it to this land, in fact. I think we are just aiming for a terror level 3 win in this case. So let's see how we can make that happen. Advance. Oh, we already did that in the fast. Okay, so our big major, so rumbling earthquakes. So this power ignores health bonuses. 3 fear. Then 6 damage to towns or cities only. So I'm choosing this land. So 6 damage should clear this out. City and town. And then 6 damage among adjacent lands. 2 towns or cities only. Oh man, I should have let the city build here. What was I thinking? Wait. Let's get back our fear. Sorry. Yeah, I think we do just win over here. Say we did. Let me gain back how many fear? 2 plus 1, 3 fear, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll do 6 damage here in land number 5. 2 towns or cities only. So this dies. And then 6 damage among adjacent lands to towns or cities only. So with that we do 6 damage among adjacent lands. I'm choosing 3 and 7. 6 damage, I'm going to split it up as 3 and 3. So that destroys both the cities. I think that should be game. Yeah, that was it. That was Hearth-Vigil into Prussia level 3. Yeah, I think ideally I don't want to play this or play it till later till I can definitely threshold it, but it did win us the game in the slow. But overall, just look at the opening that we played though. Like first 5 turns of the game we had no need to reclaim in a solo game. It's turn 6 where we did our G1 reclaim. So just the fact that you can reclaim loop this card favors of story and season. You basically keep playing this card every single turn. It helps you trigger your left innate, or at least gives you the elements for it, and then you pair it up with one other like sun or earth card or something. Basically even just pair it up with one other sun card and you get a sun from your top track. So you're definitely consistently hitting the first and second tier of your left innate warn of impending conflict. So that is really strong. But yeah, that was game. That was this new Spirit from Nature Incarnate, Hearth-Vigil. If you enjoyed this game, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.